somewhere along the way, I want to bring in a buddy of mine named Randy. He was a huge gamer. I mean, he's the one that actually taught me, kind of tabletop gaming as far as the role playing, like D&D type stuff. But he was a video gamer as well, and one day, his wife was pretty much like, "That's enough. Video games. You can choose the video games, or you can choose me." And he's like, "I'm choosing the video games." And they got divorced.
Wow.
And he had a daughter. And he went through this year of realizing the mistake he made. Went back to his wife. They ended up getting remarried. He ended up getting saved later in life.
Wow.
And it's a really cool story. But he has a very, again, we still do some tabletop gaming. He might play a video game from time to time, but he has a real, he'll tell you, "I was addicted."
Yeah.
There was this real,
Yeah.
and he'll explain it from his point. It made him make a choice that was ludicrous, that was going to cost him everything that he cared about.
Yeah.
Here's
It warped his reality.
Well, and here's the point to that, and I've said it multiple times tonight on multiple topics. Knowing yourself, and so for example, football is like that for me. So
It's too much.
I've been requested. They've asked me to help coach multiple times over my 6 years being home. 5 years
Because you
being
were
home.
quarterback.
Because I was the quarterback. and here's the deal. I had to say no because I knew immediately when they asked me how much time mentally, emotionally, and physically I would spend.
Yeah.
So like they would never see it, but I would be probably the most prepared of anybody
Yeah.
there.
It would damage your relationships.
With my wife, with my kids, with my students, with my job, because I work at a church full time. So it was like I knew that the danger would be I would be in my office dissecting film. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Charting plays.
Yeah.
Coming up with a game plan.
Everything
And
else, else would lack.
Yeah.
Due to
exactly, because I know. Oh, I know. So, do I do that with other things? Not like I do football. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I know. Now, can I sit down on a Saturday and watch games all day? Yeah, because I didn't have to watch film for that, and I can enjoy. I can actually enjoy. Is it hard for me to go on a Friday night? Sometimes, it is.
Because you're dissecting.
Because it's like I'm looking at it from my lens, my point of view, what we used to do. Why did you do that? Why is that? Like, I don't have the headset on, so I don't have all the information. So I've that's gotten better each year. But those first couple of years after I quit coaching, I had some middle school football players in my youth group that I pretty much neglected and didn't go to their games. And I feel bad about that, but it killed me. Mm-hmm. Like, it literally killed me.
Yeah.
Like, I can't be here.
Well, to that point, and what Key was saying earlier is, it's funny because we like to talk about alcohol and how destructive it can be, and even drugs. But I know more men with that story that Q just shared than I do with alcohol. Like, more men that have chosen video games over their spouses than alcohol. But maybe not drugs. Maybe that's a little melodramatic. But my point is I've seen some serious devastation from that. Again, though, to your point, that doesn't mean that video games are the problem. They're not. You're the problem. Like human beings, they're the problem. It's just video games is the mode of the issue, and some people can handle it, some people can't. Like I can play video games and it not be a problem.
Right. And essentially, especially if you think about it through this lens, once we have Christ, now we have a filter. Now we have a higher purpose. We have a higher calling. There's probably a lot of individuals that play video games that don't have that.
Yeah,
and
I
so
agree
like
with that.
if they don't have that and they don't have, like you said, you have this guilt. You have this.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that it's maybe guilt. Maybe it may be conviction. Maybe conviction. Maybe the Holy Spirit's like, hey, check your video game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So and by the way, like, kudos for you to like follow through with that and like actually go through that. But some people don't have that.
They don't.
They don't
have no
have that. They have
self-awareness.
nothing. And
None.
so like Q talked about, there could be somebody who's lost without Jesus, and video games is their everything.
Yeah.
And when it comes, and they will neglect
Everything
real
else.
relationships to have that. And so that's.
It's because they don't have that relationship with Christ. They don't know who they actually are. So
Yeah.
they sometimes find their identity in that. Like you said, we set the things that we like aside. We're like, that's my thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
Especially around here, that's sports.
Mm.
They're like, this is my thing. I'm Alabama. I'm Auburn. These are my teams.
Yeah.
This is what I go for. I do not care. And they will basically preach that all the time. And it's like, you know, that's honestly, they go to church, but where do they find their identity?
Yeah, that's a big
It's
problem.
it's in the thing that they love the most. And that's the thing they, like you said, we set aside.